I got 7 Dua solos of some high-end niche and some very exclusive scent profiles that I wanted to explore. I usually find these DNA somewhat challenging, but I guess when I ordered these, I was in the mood to try all these. All these are pretty complex, and it'll probably grow on me with more wearings to kind of figure out what all is going on. I'll go over some of the notes, give my thoughts. Most of these got a ton of notes, so I won't get into too much of the notes. And I'm pretty sure Mashan gets into these exclusive and high-end fragrances. That's why he's got so many of them. And yeah, I think the cost to manufacture some of these, even if you're not exactly copying them, is kind of expensive. So yeah, apparently he must be into these fragrances quite a bit because he's got a ton of them. All right, so I was really happy to see these go into the solo category, so I don't have to get the whole 33 milliliter bottle. So let's get going. Chypre X is Chypre Extraordinaire from Roja. It's got a ton of notes like most Rojas, especially these more exclusive ones. And this is one of the really high-end Rojas. So it's a super floral raining Chypre that leans slightly feminine. It's powdery, fruity, warm amber notes, prominent with white flower and floral musk. It's a little bit of an animalistic at the base, kind of comes in the mids and the base, you start picking it up more. I'm not sure how close to the original this is, but I like this one. It's challenging. I'm going to work with it a little more to get used to it, but I like it. And this one's going to be great in the spring. I'll give it a 7.5. It's still kind of challenging me, but I do like it, and I can see the art of perfumery went into making this. Zeus Elixir is Kobe by Zeus. It's a citrus aromatic. It's a ton of bright citrus for quite a while off the top. And then you get amber, white florals, and sweet woody aromatics coming in as it dries down. And you got more green notes coming in too as you get towards the base. This is very uplifting, and it'll be great in the spring. Not sure how close to the original this is, but I do like this one. It's really good. I don't really find this one too much of a challenge. I don't think this one's so much of an exclusive, but it does have a ton of notes. And yeah, it's pretty easy to get into it right away. This is an 8 out of 10. I really like this. Satin Midnight is Oud Satin Mood from NFK. So it's not such a exclusive or anything either, but all MFKs are pretty expensive. So it's considered a oriental woody fragrance. It's got a lot of rose with benzoin, vanilla, oud, and violet. Leans feminine. It's a really opulent scent too, with a lot of rose, oud, and vanilla. Pretty heavy on the benzoins too. This is pretty close to the original. I've smelled the original several times. Not my favorite scent DNA though, but I wanted to play around with it more and have some of my own version of it to see if I can kind of maybe acquire the taste for it. So yeah, great in the winter. Probably be a higher score if you're into that scent DNA a lot, and I think this is pretty close, as I said. I'll give this a 7.5 out of 10. Yeah, it's a nice fragrance, but I got to work on this DNA and see if I can acquire the taste of this one a little bit. Alpha Oud is H Oud, a Harib's exclusive by Roja Parfums. It's an oriental floral fragrance. Definitely leans pretty masculine for being a floral fragrance too. It's got a lot of really earthy oud. It's really woody, spicy, ambery with some light citruses mixed in. Quite a bit of labdanum and cypriol also, especially towards the base. Not sure how close to the original this is. Pretty challenging to me, but I like it a lot. And yeah, so even though it's challenging, I'm kind of, the oud and some of the ingredients in here are so high quality. I'm kind of already into it, but I know I'm going to grow to like this one more with a few more wears. So this would be great in the winter. I'm going to give this one an 8 out of 10. Really nice quality going on here, and I imagine it's pretty close to the original from what I read. Gold label is Roja Hot Luxe, which is a $3,500 fragrance, and it's hard to find, so this is pretty exclusive. It's got a ton of notes again, like all these Rojas, especially the exclusive ones, but you pick up the rose de mai and mysterious spices immediately. A blend of vanilla and resins kind of create the base of it. It's considered a Chypre. It really smells really luxurious too, and there's a lot going on here. Like I said, like all the expensive Rojas, there's always going to be a lot going on these exclusive ones. So I might need more time with this fragrance to kind of figure it all out. I like it already though. It's nice. It smells well blended, and you can smell there's some quality ingredients in here. So I'll give it a 7.5 out of 10. I'm going to have to spend some more time with it to really start to like this a lot more, I think. Exotic 3 is Parfum Le Nuit 3 by Roja Dove. It's an oriental floral type of fragrance. Again, a ton of notes. It's really a nice combination of roses, resinous, and woody notes. Very smoky and dusty bergamot off the top. Pretty interesting how they accomplish that. The dry gun is like a spicy, sweet, fruity vibe. There's some real elegance too with this fragrance. A lot going on, as I said again. I keep saying that. Very complex, but that's how these all are. This will be nice in the winter. I'd like to wear this one all dressed up sometime going out. I think it would work really well for that. I'll give this a 7.5 out of 10. I got to spend more time with it and see, if I can kind of get into the groove of it. Okay, the next one isn't such a niche and exclusive fragrance, but it's still a pretty expensive one. So this is Victorian, is XJ 1861 by Xerjoff. It's a citrus fragrance. It has notes of bergamot, lime, petitgrain, lily of the valley, mint, rose, cedar, musk, amber, and patchouli. It opens really fresh and tart, and that lime and mint kind of like set that stage. And then it starts getting more floral and powdery with the woods, musk, and patchouli at the base. Really green and aromatic as well, especially towards the end. Not sure how close to the original this is, but I like it right out of the gate. I guess my tastes are more in line like with beginner niche and maybe like a designer fragrances or whatever. I worked up the taste for some of these more complex niche. So, but I do like this one. This one fits more in the line of stuff I like. I can get this one right away. I'll give this a 7.75 out of 10. This one's pretty easy to understand and not as much going on in some of these other ones. All right, my final thoughts are I liked all these. Definitely more challenging scent profiles, I keep saying. I'm not used to these challenging fragrances all the time. But I'm glad to be able to get 10 milliliters versions of these because most of these are pretty expensive even by Dua standards. A lot of these for his regular bottles are between $75 and $100. So it's nice to get not have a whole big bottle of that since I'm probably not going to wear it a lot since it's so challenging to me. So yeah, I'm guessing these are all going to grow on me with time, and I'm sure they'll macerate and get better too. But they're you can tell the quality's in them right out of the gate. So if you made it this far, like, subscribe, comment. That helps my algorithm, and I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch.